locally. You know what I mean? Work with your kids, man. But I want to move on to this next story. Saying, man, Michael Jordan. Now, we know everybody. I got a pair of Jordans. You probably got a pair of Jordans on now.
Flip-flops, yeah.
Yeah, he means everything. You know what I mean, to the community as far as, people buying his merchandise. Well, the other day, amidst all the stuff that's going on, Michael Jordan and the Michael Jordan brand will donate $100 million over the next 10 years to organizations dedicated to ensuring racial equality, social justice, and greater access to education. So, yeah. Let me know, Sam, man, what you think about this. Jordan putting up $100 million in his brand now.
It's a great gesture. He's just coming off of a hell of a documentary, even though a lot of people gave some criticism to it after the fact, saying that it was manipulated by Jordan. I still thought it was fucking dope.
Right.
And he knows that he took a lot of criticism for what he said back in the early 90s. I'm not sure what year, when he said Republicans buy Jordans and sneakers too. You know what I'm saying? So he know that he had to play a little damage control, but I do think that it was genuine. Now, we just had a conversation on where the money into these various charities go to. I'm glad that he's talking about educating. I'm glad that he's putting it into school systems and things like that, and things that are going to truly value the people beyond the marches and beyond the riots and beyond the hashtags on the internet. So hopefully the money goes into the right direction. That's a lot of goddamn money. It's a great tax write-off for a billionaire, but a lot of goddamn money nonetheless. And hopefully it gets put in the right places and does the right things.
And they say the Jordan brand is us, the Black community, and to the ingrained racism that allows our country institutions to fail is completely eradicated. We will remain committed to protecting and improving the lives of Black people. And my thing is, I don't want to be criticized as to be critical of it, to a fault, but where was this before? Why now?
It's popular.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, how come, like you said, all through those eras, we're in our mid-30s right now, we've seen, the same, not just the police, but just, through education, labor, law, politics, we've seen the inequality, we've seen the racism, we experienced more so than seen, we experienced this. And why now all these companies now saying, okay, because now you see everybody else doing it, it's a trend now. All right, let's take, pennies of this money that we earn, you know what I mean? And give us a little bit back and say, yeah, we done something. I don't want to be critical and say, oh, yeah, 100 million ain't shit.
Right.
I don't want to say that. I mean,
it's a lot
at least
money.
It's a lot of money. They give us something, but people will say, well, look how much they make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look how much they have made, over, the time. And I agree with that too. But again, we can't be like, beggars can't be choosers. They're giving it and just be grateful for that for right now. But my question would be, why now?
You know why now? Popular.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's the thing we got to also be worried about, because us as a culture, we get caught up in emotion. And it's something that I love about us. It's something I love about myself. The emotion is what makes us such a beautiful people. But we also got to just take a step back.
Yeah.
Take a step back out of our emotion and look at everything for what it is and go, okay,
right,
where is this going and how is this really going to help and move us? Because in another year, we're going to be having another one of these because they still don't regard us. Or in another 2 months, are we going to be out here going crazy because these cops in Minneapolis got off? Who knows? But the respect level has to raise.
What happens?
We have to be aware.
When another Black man gets killed by a police officer, because it's going to happen again. What do you feel is going to happen when that happens?
More what you see and worse. More what you see and worse. That's why us as a people need to learn how to properly carry firearms and able to carry them in our homes legally, so that we can grab them legally and know what we can do so that we can protect our household. Because I tell you what, this is 2020. We in a new era. 2020 to 2030 is going to be some shit. If this is anything, an introduction to this book that we're about to go through the next 10 years, man, look.
They awoken the sleeping giant, as far as like, when I mean that, I mean like, this youth is different. They're not going to sit around and get pushed around. I went to a rally yesterday where I live at, and this white dude delivered a fiery speech. I mean, he totally like just tore the house down and what he said. And so I got to play it for the people real quick.
Yeah,
man. And he went hard with this. And that's the thing, man. Like, it should have been somebody Black up there saying that. Why do we got to wait for a white college student to light fucking fire to something. Like, it seemed like we always want to kind of tiptoe around the tulip and not really offend nobody, you know what I'm saying? But he went all the way in. I don't remember his name. I'm playing.
Hi, everybody. A person I love very much, Cloris Moore, one of the organizers of this event, asked me to come here, use my voice, and add it to the chorus of millions calling for justice now. So that's what I'm here doing in front of all of you today. So I want to start my brief remarks talking about education in this country. Because for too long, our education has hidden from our reality. For too long, our students have learned a sanitized, whitewashed, incomplete, and frankly embarrassing history of this United States. They have not learned the truth of this United States because this United States has had systemic racism since its inception. And here's the problem. Here's the problem with systemic racism. It infects everything. So children all across this country are growing up. They're learning biases and stereotypes. And then when they get to the classroom, those biases and stereotypes are not confronted by their educators. And when they are not confronted by their educators, those biases and stereotypes continue to thrive and grow in the hearts of those people. And here's why that's such a big problem. Because today's students are tomorrow's teachers that continue this cycle. Today's students are tomorrow's healthcare workers who participate in a system that too often offers inadequate care to Black people, especially Black women. Today's students are tomorrow's police officers, and we've seen how deadly that can end up. We don't confront our own history. We talk about Thomas Jefferson, the framer. But do we confront Thomas Jefferson, the slaveholder? No. Our idea of Black history in this country is for a couple days in February to talk about Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech and Rosa Parks, and that's it. We don't talk about Malcolm X. We don't talk about Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party. We don't talk about the Black Panther Party helping their communities, offering free breakfast programs to help their communities. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about Fannie Lou Hamer in this country. Our children don't read books by James Baldwin. We don't learn about this country's insistence on destroying Black wealth at every turn. We don't learn about the burning down of Tulsa, Oklahoma by the Ku Klux Klan. It's about damn time we do. As I said before, the racism in this country that has always existed in this country is systemic. What does systemic mean? It means it infects every piece of American life. So the bigotry we see on full display when Derek Chauvin and 3 other police officers murdered George Floyd, when 2 men hunted down Ahmaud Arbery and murdered him, when 3 police officers entered Breonna Taylor's home and murdered her in cold blood while she was laying in her own bed, that bigotry that's on full display and it's most deadly in these situations exists and reverberates in every facet of American life, and it's time for change. It's time for justice.
So I'm gonna stop it there. It's a little bit left. I got chills actually there.
Yeah, me too.
When I heard that, because it's like, I mean, it's good to hear it, but we should have been saying that.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
You know what I mean?
I'm nervous. I ain't gonna fucking hold it.
Man, but I mean, you know, whew.
You know what the scary thing is? That young kid, and I believe that he meant every word he said.
Hell yeah.
He meant that shit to his core. And we have a lot of white young individuals who feel the same way. There's a lot of hatred still because it gets passed down to things, but there's a lot of awakened white individuals who do feel this way. But that kid could have got $1 from everybody in that congregation.
Of course.
At that time.
Of course.
Because we love that shit.
Yeah.
And we still got to pay attention because the stronghold that this country has on its people in it is strong as hell, and it won't be lost over George Floyd's murder. Unfortunately, it won't be lost. So what did they do when we started seeing uprising back in the slave times and we had Abraham Lincoln in presidency and they were talking about abolishing slavery? All we did was evolve it. They put in the 14th or 13th or 14th Amendment, you got to excuse me, which allowed them, if we're criminals, to now be slaves. And we've rode that wave for now until 2020. Now they're starting to see another shift. Yeah. People are being awakened. You're not going to be able to beat us in the street. We got phones, we got technology, we got this. the same speeches that we're sharing and we're seeing, so does everybody else. They see it just as much as we do. And we got to make sure that we don't see involved. And this is why we got to pay attention to policies and things that are being put in place. Because if you think they're just going to let it go and relinquish for one murder, you're tripping.
Right.
But that being said, I think it's a lot of change going on. And now we're at a battle in a middle point where it's like, okay, they got to grab stronghold before this shit gets totally taken over, because it ain't just black folk pissed off now.